and he says it has encouraged him to do something he's never done before: publicly acknowledge that he is gay.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're discussing times that celebrities try to manipulate the public's perception of them following a major controversy.
I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little and take accountability.
Charlie Sheen. Since the 80s, Sheen has been a prolific comedy actor in Hollywood. From 2003 until 2011, he was the lead character on 2.5 Men.
Charlie.
Yeah?
I'm waiting.
For what? Oh, right. Hang on.
They terminated his contract on account of his erratic behavior. For instance, he insulted the series creator Chuck Lorre, plus he released a few incoherent rants. Sheen also got into trouble with the police multiple times during this era. Eventually, he decided to embrace his outrageous side, famously telling people he was simply winning.
I'm bi winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? If I'm bipolar, aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up.
It felt like he was trying to convince people it was an intentional self-parody when he was actually having a meltdown. Thankfully, he is much less erratic these days and has left that period behind him.
Do you recognize yourself?
I don't know who that is. And that's not a cop-out. Or I don't know what part of me that came from. It's weird. It's like there's a possession going on.
Winona Ryder.
Well, I read through that handbook for the recently deceased. It says, live people ignore the strange and unusual.
Since the late 80s, Ryder has been a celebrated Hollywood actress. Her first major role was in Beetlejuice, while modern audiences know her best from Stranger Things. She may have never landed the latter role since her career almost ended in 2001.
No, it is not the electricity, Jonathan. Something is going on here. Yesterday, the wall...
What? What about the wall?
I don't know.
First the lights, then the wall?
I just know that Will is here.
Ryder was arrested for shoplifting roughly $5,000 worth of clothes. When accused, Ryder said that she was simply rehearsing for a film. This didn't help save face, however, and she took a break from acting for almost 4 years. For her crime, the court gave her a 3-year probation sentence, 480 hours community service, and a fine.
The Oscar-nominated actress, now a convicted felon, received no sympathy from the judge, who chastised her for refusing to accept responsibility for stealing $6,000 worth of clothes 1 year ago.
Tiger Woods. Even if you have zero interest in golf, you're probably familiar with golfer Tiger Woods. He's one of the most famous golfers who dominated during the 2000s.
I owe a lot of people an apology. I hurt a lot of people, not just my wife, my friends, my colleagues, the public, kids who looked up to me.
Well, in the late 2000s, his career took a setback after struggling with his marriage. Turns out he was far from a loyal husband.
I was living a life of a lie. I really was. And I was doing a lot of things, as I said, that hurt a lot of people. And stripping away denial and rationalization, you start coming to the truth of who you really are. And that can be very ugly.
To help the situation, Woods publicly apologized and tried to come across as a rehabilitated family man. It didn't work, and he got divorced in 2010. A study from December 2009 calculated that the scandal cost shareholders somewhere between $5 and $12 billion. This is because of how many companies cut ties with Woods after the infidelities became public.
The man we all thought Tiger Woods was on Thanksgiving Day, will we ever see him again? Or is that guy gone forever?
Paula Deen. Our next entry is a celebrity chef and TV personality who used to host the long-running series Paula's Home Cooking.
What I'm fixing to do now is make that succulent shrimp and crab casserole from canned seafood meats. Can you believe it?
Public opinion of her collapsed in 2013 after she was sued by Lisa Jackson for racial and sexual discrimination. Jackson alleged Deen wanted a wedding with a Southern plantation-style theme. Things got worse when Deen said, of course, she has used a certain slur before.
Deen is asked, quote, "Have you ever used the N-word yourself?" "Yes, of course," she said. And then later, "I'm sure I have, but it's been a very long time."
Deen then tried to repair things by making apologies on YouTube, begging for forgiveness. Tons of brands cut ties with her because of it, but her cookbooks ended up selling massively, and Jimmy Carter even stepped in to defend her.
If there's anyone out there that has never said something that they wish they could take back, if you're out there, please pick up that stone and throw it so hard in my head that it kills me.
Justin Baldoni. The 2024 movie It Ends With Us was directed by Baldoni and featured him alongside Blake Lively.
And I continue to be very sorry, but at some point you're gonna have to forgive me. I will wear you down.
My wife will wear you down.
Not possible.
I don't think you should ever forgive her.
Oh,
Just say
okay, that's enough of that.
It was far from a pleasant filming experience, as both actors have filed lawsuits about the toxic production. Lively complained about Baldoni, accusing him of harassment and intimidation. To keep people on his side, Baldoni decided to sue the New York Times for libel for supposedly being biased towards Lively.
Baldoni's lawsuit calling the article rife with inaccuracies, misrepresentations, and omissions, relying on Lively's, quote, self-serving narrative.
Baldoni didn't stop there. He went even further and decided to sue Lively, her husband, and their publicist, accusing them of making fake claims to decimate his reputation. The situation is now a complete mess, and Baldoni hasn't been particularly successful at coming out on top.
Even if Justin Baldoni's right on the facts, as a matter of law, on each and one of these counts, he can't win. There is no case to bring to a jury as a legal matter, and so the case must be dismissed.
Miranda Sings. This character was created by Colleen Ballinger, who became so famous that she even got a Netflix series in 2016.
Are you threatening me?
I got a death threat.
She created the character in 2008, but hasn't kept it through the 2020s. This is because multiple teenagers accused her of being inappropriate towards them. A ton of evidence was released, and Ballinger ended up in the midst of a major scandal.
The unverified group text was named Colleenie's Weenies, with the performer allegedly asking her fans their, quote, favorite position during one conversation.
To repair her reputation, she decided to write an abysmal song, then perform it on a ukulele for YouTube. Her lyrics claimed the allegations were a toxic gossip train, but she did admit to making a few mistakes.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans, and I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so.
It was one of the worst apologies in YouTube history, and she's not recovered since. Ellen DeGeneres. The Ellen DeGeneres Show ran for almost 20 years, becoming one of America's favourite talk shows. This was largely due to DeGeneres' friendly and kind personality, which turned out to be entirely false. In 2020, 10 of the show's ex-employees claimed that she created a toxic workplace.
One makeup artist was quoted as saying that when he tried to make small talk with Ellen, she supposedly said, "Who do you think you are? Don't look at me."
In response, she tried to present herself and the network in a positive light. This included a public apology to her staff and a pledge to fix things.
DeGeneres saying she wasn't perfect and realized that some leaders were not as sensitive to human beings as they should have been, adding that reading disturbing allegations about the atmosphere on the show was heartbreaking.
An investigation was launched, resulting in 3 executives being fired and another apology from DeGeneres. Even now, she insists she's not mean, as a mean person wouldn't dance up steps, at least according to her.
My intention is to always be the best person I can be. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that. If that's ever the case, I have let myself down and I've hurt myself as well.
Shia LaBeouf. There's rarely a time when Shia LaBeouf isn't doing something controversial, who began a downward spiral in the 2010s and hasn't really recovered since.
He took to the skies, he posted a picture on his Twitter account, Shia LaBeouf did, and he says, "I am sorry, Daniel Close."
In 2013, he released a movie called HowardCounter.com. It was so similar to a 2007 comic that LaBeouf was accused of plagiarism.
But what's more, LaBeouf's various subsequent Twitter apologies, and yes, there were several, sent to Close, were apparently inspired by different people.
This then revealed his history of plagiarism, which turned into a PR nightmare. LaBeouf decided to defend himself. He had to convince people it was performance art. This involved him marathoning all of his movies and live streaming his reactions, having erratic interviews, and also putting a paper bag on his head for a film premiere. Kevin Spacey.
Can you blame me if I find it difficult to trust you right now?
Trust me or not, but I'm about to be confirmed as the vice president, and our relationship extends to the Oval Office now.
From the 90s until 2017, it was more controversial to dislike actor Kevin Spacey than to like him. He was considered one of Hollywood's most talented faces, starring in a ton of acclaimed pictures. In 2017, numerous individuals accused him of assault and harassment, ruining his reputation.
After the party ended sometime past midnight, Rapp alleges Spacey entered the room seeming drunk. He then picked up Rapp, placed him on Spacey's bed, climbed on top of him, and tried to seduce him.
In response to the backlash, he decided to come out as a gay man. This attempt to change the subject was widely criticized for how insensitive it was.
Coming out as gay is completely separate from addressing allegations of being a sexual predator. You could argue that coming out as gay in this particular moment might deflect attention away from the allegations against him.
Many were offended at how it felt like he was linking homosexuality to being a child predator, as if it excused it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Prince Andrew. Few celebrities have done as catastrophically bad a job at defending themselves as Prince Andrew did in 2019.
Just for the record, you've been on his private plane.
Yes.
You've been to stay on his private island.
Yes.
You've stayed at his home in Palm Beach.
Yes.
In 2014, Virginia Giuffre claimed that during her teenage years, Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew had trafficked and abused her. To bring the public back on his side, he appeared on Newsnight and was interviewed about his friendship with Epstein.
But you were staying at the house of
Yes.
a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay. I've gone through this in my mind so many times.
Andrew was pleased with the interview, but no one shared his opinion. It was so catastrophically poor that it made everyone think that Andrew was guilty of something. As such, he stepped down from public duties and has rarely been seen in public since.
He stepped down by mutual agreement, we're told, from that position and from roles in nearly a dozen other regiments. He's also giving up roles in the Royal Navy and the RAF.
Which celebrity do you think did the worst job at damage control following a scandal? Let us know in the comments section.